presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to the IRF portal, and such transmission shall be done after the prescribed form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units. The form EC8A shall in such a case be the primary source of collation and declaration of results. So distinguished colleagues, if anybody has a counter motion, you move it later. But in the meantime, those in support of the motion as enunciated by Senator Mongunu and seconded by Senator Bamoro say aye. Aye. And those again say nay. Nay. The ayes have it.
Senator Mongunu told Nigerians that they had to summon this session in order to listen to the yearnings of Nigerians, in order to take their will into consideration. What did they end up doing? They took their own will into consideration through the back door. What have we been saying? What we have been saying is that we want unconditional electronic transmission of polling unit results to preserve the integrity of our results. Let me make it clear. We do not have anything like electronic collation of results. What we have is electronic preservation, storage, and transmission of the manually generated polling unit results in order to preserve the integrity of the result. In other words, Nigerians have discovered that our problem is that in between polling unit and the collation center, a lot of abracadabra take place that mutilates, that inflates, that fraudulently manipulates the polling unit results in order to give you not what the people voted, but what the counters of the elections would want. What did the senators do today? What they did was that they said, oh, we can now electronically transmit with a proviso that when it is not possible to transmit, you will use the manual. That is the discussion we have been fighting for.
Is it not safer?
No, it is dangerous when it comes to this issue. I trust it 100%. But one transaction, and then you are telling us that if that one transaction does not go, they should go back to the manual. No, that is legitimatizing the technical glitch which Yakubu Mohammed brought. Because what they are simply saying is that the proviso reads, when there is technical glitch, in quotes, by INEC, because they are the ones who will tell you they don't have network, then use the manual. That was exactly what happened in 2023. Amazon Website Services said there was no glitch. Nothing happened to their station. INEC said that there was glitch. And when you want to go to court, they will tell you, he that asserts should prove, even when you don't have the document. Let me tell you what the Supreme Court said about proviso. In the case of NDIC versus Okem Enterprises Limited, 2004, 10 Nigeria Weekly Law Report, part 880 at page 107. The Supreme Court said the purpose of proviso in a statutory enactment is to qualify or cut down the main clause in the statute preceding it.
I will not agree with this. Electronics and manual. That means they want to have option to use manual. For me, which I believe this is all what some Nigerians want, if not all. This is another tricks that they want to use to manipulate the results, honestly. Because they can instruct the network providers in Nigeria to shut down their network so that by the time the polling officers want to be uploading the results, there might be glitch again. That is what they are trying to do. Nigerians, don't let us accept this from them. We want real-time election results, votes on real time. We want it to be real time. As everybody is voting, it should be updated to the IREF instantly. Not that they want to have option of doing manual. Nigeria can afford this thing. Can Nigeria have the money to finance it? If they need to go and use a mast for INEC, if INEC needs to go and get a mast to install in the space to provide network for their instrument, I think it's worth it. This is what we need. We don't need this manual and electronic transfer of results. If the electronic is not possible or if it is not working, we are not agreeing to that. Nigerians, let us don't we are not agreeing to that. That is not what we want. We want it to be a real-time update of voting from polling units. That is what we want. We don't want this electronics and manual. It's another way to trick Nigerians that they have now adopted electronics, that it is electronic and manual. Manual should not be there. We are more than that manual. Nigeria can afford it. That is what we are saying. We should not accept